we're talking to Mr. Raghuveer Srinivasan, who is a senior associate editor at the Hindu Business Line and has been following the Tata Group for the past 2 decades. We're talking about Cyrus Mistry's exit from the group. So how did this happen?
Um, Basically, there are, as of now, we have no official word from the Tata Group, so we don't know what the precise reasons or episodes that happened to its exit. But we can surmise based on three factors. One could be business related issues, two could be management style, personality related issues. And the third one, which is very serious, which we don't even want to speculate upon, is that there could have been governance failures or ethical transgressions, which I again underline we have no proof to talk about right now. So, talking about business decisions that went wrong, possibly, the two that are being bandied about right now are the one related to the sale of UK assets of Tata Steel, which Mr. Mistry has been pursuing in right earnest. There is a body of opinion that Mr. Tata was not approved. He didn't approve of this, the way in which Mr. Mistry went about this issue. But the other side of the view is that if he were unhappy, we should consider that this issue went through the board of the respective companies, Tata Steel UK, Tata Steel India, and possibly Tata Sons as well. So if Mr. Tata was unhappy with it, he could have brought it up in the board meeting and tried to persuade or influence the decision that ultimately went. Whether that happened, we would never know because there's no confirmation. Whether that happened, and despite Mr. Tata speaking and raising his objections, Mr. Mistry went ahead with what he did, we would never know. The second is on the entity Docomo issue. Now, there's been a lot of bad blood between these two, and entity as Docomo has got an award, adverse arbitration award of $1.2 billion, which the Tata Group has to pay. Without going into the details of the issue, this is again something that cannot be held up for dismissing your chief, right? If there was a mistake in which the way in which he handled the Docomo issue, he could have been spoken to. He could have been spoken to quietly by Mr. Tata, who is, after all, the chairman emeritus. He is a Bhishma Pitamaha of the group, and if he speaks, people will listen. And or it could have been brought up officially in the board meeting of Tata Sons, and it could have been thrashed out. Again, we have no way of knowing whether all these happened, and despite that, Mistry did what he did, or whether these were never brought up in the board meeting at all. And one fine day, Mr. Tata and the other directors decided that it was time to let Mistry go. Now, this is the business part. On management styles and the personality approach, obviously there will be difference in management styles between two people. So you can't hold it against Mr. Mistry saying that he was not the way Tata was. One thing you need to keep in mind is that Mr. Mistry was as understated as Mr. Tata was, and he was hardly flamboyant. Of course, you could hold it up against him that he never gave any public interviews, and we did not know what his vision for the group was. But that, again, into my mind, is not an issue that is big enough for you to kick out your chairman from the board, right?
The whole episode was rather sudden. We had no idea that this was coming. So how did they manage to do this so suddenly?
Now, again, we are relying on conjecture here. There are reports coming out that one of the senior directors in Tata Sons had a quiet word with Mr. Mistry the day before the board meeting, giving him an idea of what's in store, what's coming out, what's likely to happen the next day. But there's no confirmation. Again, we are relying on speculation here. But what seems to have happened is that the item of removal of chairman was brought in under any other items in the board agenda. This is a all-encompassing, umbrella of items that can be brought into that provision, and the removal of the chairman was brought in under that apparently, and with all the directors voting in favor of the resolution, Mr. Mistry had to go.
Is the removal illegal by any chance?
I wouldn't think it is illegal because there is, you have to look at it in this perspective. There is a law and there is a convention. As per law, there's nothing. The Companies Act doesn't specify or define who is a chairman. Okay, and as per law, anybody who is elected as chairman by the board, who sits in the chair for that particular meeting, is the chairman. But conventionally, what has happened is one person is elected as chairman and he continues to be the chairman for all board meetings that happen and for the company also. So what happens is if a majority of the directors decide that X or Y should not be the chairman or should be the chairman, then that decision will prevail. In this case, 6 directors seem to have voted against Mr. Cyrus Mistry while 2 abstained. So, with the majority saying that Mr. Mistry should not be the chairman, obviously, legally, I think it is valid, unless if Mr. Mistry is able to prove something else.
What does this mean for the group?
Well, it means a lot of uncertainty because Mr. Ratan Tata has now come back as interim chairman. All right, but it is only for a 4-month period, and we don't know who is going to be the next chief. And a lot of decisions must have been taken by Mistry relating to the group companies that are already in execution. Now, will these decisions be rolled back? What will happen to suppliers who have invested based on decisions taken by Mr. Mistry and his team? These are some issues that are going to be of concern, and it means a lot of uncertainty, which is why the Tata stocks, group stocks, fell in yesterday's trading sharply. And it's not good news. The uncertainty is not good news, especially because we don't know the circumstances which led to the exit.
What are the chances of finding a suitable successor soon?
Well, I would think it's not going to be easy for the search committee. There are some names being spoken about, including Ms. Indra Nui and others. But I would think that considering the manner in which Mr. Mistry was shown the door and the circumstances surrounding the whole episode now, I don't think it will be easy to attract anybody from outside the group, at least at this point in time. Unless if the Tata Group decides to come clean with what happened late in the public domain and then transparently seek out a successor. And again, for an outsider, it's not going to be easy running this group, which is very unwieldy, which is very big, and it has its own ethos, which an outsider will not be easy. It will not be easy for an outsider to absorb. So it has to be pretty much an inside person, and who is that? We don't know. I mean, there could be several names that can be discussed, but it is certainly not going to be easy to find a successor.